Hey makers, it's Carl here with the Tinkerverse. Today we're going to do a 5-minute laser challenge to custom cut an acrylic keychain for my new Jeep using LightBurn and the AtomStack Kraft. So stick around and let's get to it. So first thing I want to do is I've got a couple images here that I want to use to make keychains. So I'm going to trace this. So I imported this image. I'm going to do Alt-T to trace. And there's a traced version that's now a vector. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the offset tool. And the offset tool is going to give me an outline around the outside. And I want to space that roughly there. And then I'm going to, now that it selects it, I'm going to move it to one of my line layers. And so that gives me the overall design of my keychain. Next up, I'm going to drop it down to a 60mm width. And then I need to create some holes for the jump ring on the keychain. So I'm going to create a 10mm hole or a 10mm base and a 4mm circle, a 4mm cutout. Hold Alt to line them up quick and easy. Grab them both, group them, and then hold Alt again to get it nice and centered over here. And I'm going to drop it right there. And it's already selected, so I'm going to hold Shift and select my outline and then Control W to weld. And so that gives me a place for the jump ring for the keychain. Now, because I want this to be two-sided, I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to mirror it, so I can either use the mirror option up here, or I can just hit Shift H and it'll flip it, and then I'm going to move it over here. And there you go. So now I've got two keychains that are going to get engraved and cut out, and that will allow me to flip these over and put them in the cutout from the other one to engrave the back sides, and I'll have the positioning exactly where I want it. Alright, since we've got time to spare, I'm actually going to make one more keychain. So I've got a couple more images here that I want to use. I'm going to make a keychain out of this, and I'm going to put that on the back. So let me grab my image, Alt-T to trace, and move that to a fill layer. And then I'm going to select that and use my offset tool. And actually the offset's pretty much where I want it. So let's go ahead and hit OK and move the offset to a line layer for the cutout. And then resize this whole thing down to the same 60mm in width. Okay, now let's add the holes for the jump ring. So that'll be a 10mm circle. And then we'll put another 4mm circle that'll be on the inside of that. Hold Alt to line those up. Select them both, Control G to group. Hold Alt to move them down and center it. And then Shift, grab my cutout, and Control W to weld. So there we go. So there's the second keychain. And then I'm going to do the same thing. Control D to duplicate it. Shift H to flip it horizontally, and then drag it out. And this is the reason I don't want to do the same image on the back, is because the text would be reversed. So let me go ahead and delete that out of there. I'm going to grab this, Alt-T, traces it, move it to my fill layer, resize that down, and bring it over. And then I'm going to hold Alt to get it nice and lined up. I'm going to hold Control while I resize so that it resizes from the center out. And I think that does it. That gives us both of our keychains ready to send to the laser. All right, guys, so I know actual project time on this is going to run a little over 5 minutes, but to be fair, I got 4 keychains out of this, not just one. So had I done this start to finish with just a single keychain, whether it's one-sided or two, I very easily could have kept this under that 5-minute mark. But I wanted to kind of show a couple extra tricks in there, which was being able to mirror this so that you can use the cutout from one to flip over the other and have positioning for engraving the backside. And I also wanted to kind of use the AtomStack Kraft, which, you know, it's a little bit slower than maybe my CO2 is, but the finish I get on black acrylic from that machine it's a finish I haven't seen from just about any other laser, short of maybe my UV. I can get that finish off of the fiber as well, but the Kraft allows me to use that beam combined IR and UV together to really get a unique finish that you know, just kind of stands out from the rest. And then the diode gives me the ability to get it cut out nice and clean. So there you go, guys. That was start to finish, grabbing an image, tracing it, using the offset feature to get the cutout around the outside, adding in a piece for the jump ring for the keychain, and then at the end of the day, these are just easily, readily available keychains that you can get from Amazon that come with the little jump rings, and that's it. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel. If you like this video, click the like button, and until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.